And the Lakers now 4 over 500. This just allows you to kind of take inventory of a loaded and, in a lot of ways, kind of back-heavy, potentially, Western Conference with a lot of youth there at the top. Tim Legler is with us, and a lot of teams are hitting the break. Golden State's got a game to play on Thursday night. I want to start with Golden State because the game where we led the program tonight, in many ways, kind of a microcosm of what they are, at least from my vantage point. I'm curious if you agree. Enough to make you go, ooh, there's something here. Yeah. But it's another big blown lead, and that's really been the pebble in the shoe for them all year, man. That's really been a problem. As you squint and look at them, you see enough to make you go, maybe there's more here than we might see record-wise.
Yeah, tonight they fell prey to some defensive lapses that have plagued them all year in the fourth quarter. That's really what it was. They controlled the game for 3. Clippers shot lights out in the fourth quarter. They lose the lead to a very good team playing without Kawhi Leonard. But, Scott, they're moving this thing forward. I think that's what's important to me because they're such an interesting team because of the Steph Curry element. I don't think we're forcing it to say they look different right now at the right time as they head into the All-Star break. Show you a couple examples of what I'm talking about. It really comes down to their movement and their purpose offensively. And when they get multiple moving parts, this is when the Warriors are at their best. Little back screen, let's get somebody out. Steph comes this way while the ball's moving that way. All kinds of action happening at the same time, strong side and weak side. Happens again here. Draymond, little brush screen. He's going to clear out. Gary Payton replaces. Steph Curry's going to get the ball over here to the wing. One more time. This is the third multiple action set on the same possession. You're going to get this. Steph Curry's going to cut out. Pods is going to come around. The whole time you're trying to create this. Ultimately, you get motion that's predicated on chasing Steph Curry around. Defenders on the weak side, head turned. And you see Gary Payton, who just came back from injury, and it's a massively important piece for this team. Gets the feed in the middle lane from Pods, gets to the floor for a dunk, gets to the rim for a dunk. Here again, second half. This is vintage Steph Curry, what he likes to do, pass and chase. And again, it's the multiple action. But the focus here is going to be Draymond Green. Draymond Green, when he's playing well, which he really is right now, this is what he does. He gobbles up the empty space once Steph Curry has drawn multiple people with him. When Draymond Green is not playing well, he'll stay at the three-point line, catch it, and the whole offense bogs down. But watch how confident he is taking this space, eating it up, getting into the lane. And now on the weak side, looks a little different than what we're used to seeing, because this would normally be maybe Clay and Wiggins. This is Kuminga, and this is Podziemski, a rookie who's played out of his mind lately. Get the swing, great patience, up fake, step in, short shot. Their offense right now operating a higher level because Kuminga's been great, Curry's been sensational all year, but Podziemski's playing well. Wiggins is moving it forward a little bit. Clay is like that splashy night here and there, but the consistency's not there. They're waiting on Chris Paul to come back. I'm seeing some positive things out of this team right now. They're harder to guard. They're competing more defensively. And I just think they're an interesting team to keep an eye on as we come out of the break.
And the Clippers show you why we've been talking about them a ton these past couple months and why they certainly look like a potential title-winning team. No Kawhi, but what'd they get in this game? Norman Powell goes nuts, which segues to the next thought. X factors. You're going to win the playoffs. Your stars have got to be great, but it can't just be them. In the Western Conference, a couple of guys who could be significant contributors for teams that have title aspirations.
Well, I'm going to start with a guy that's already got a ring because of how good he was in the postseason last year. And right now, Denver's not playing great. Aaron Gordon is a massive difference maker for this team. And it's not just like, hey, when he gets a big scoring night, they're better. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. It's more than that. It's what he brings them with his versatility, the number of guys he can guard. But it's also, Scott, the timing on his cuts, playing off of Jokic, and the way that he understands how to read the two-man game with Murray and Jokic as a weak side slasher. It's so important to finishing that off and making 5 guys defend you. And then there's this dude.
He's becoming a star.
Scott, he has increased his scoring average every month this year. He's increased his field goal percentage every month this year. He's averaging 25 points a game in February. He is a future star in this league that's playing like a star right now. And why I put him in here, look, I think Oklahoma City's the real deal. They're very, very young, no playoff experience really collectively.
Right.
But if Jalen Williams plays the way that he's playing right now, it gives them a chance against anybody they are going to see. And that's why I put him as an X factor, because I don't know if he can keep up this pace in a 7-game series against one of these teams with all this talent, but maybe he can. And if that's the case, Oklahoma City is dangerous. Keep an eye on what this guy is doing right now because it's really fun to watch.
It's just so wild to look at the top and the youth and look at the back and the experience of the West. Will it shake out that way? We've got a ton of time to sort it out.